Resilience is not something you're born with. It's something you build. It's like a muscle. You work it out, you break it down, and it grows back stronger. Every trial, every challenge, every late night and early morning is your training ground. But let me tell you something that changed my life. Success isn't owned by the lucky, it's owned by the resilient. You see, life will test you. Life will try to break you. Life doesn't knock at the door and ask if you're ready. It just comes in. And the ones who survive, the ones who rise, the ones who thrive, they aren't the strongest or the smartest. They're the ones who decide they will not quit. They're the ones who master the art of getting back up, again and again and again. I remember when I was young, full of ambition, but broke, flat broke. I was working hard but seeing no results. Until one day, I realized, life doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you deserve. And you earn what you deserve by becoming more. You want to build resilience. Start with your mindset. You have to upgrade the way you think before you upgrade your results. You have to decide that no matter what, you will show up for your life like it depends on it, because it does. Discipline is the foundation. If you can't control your mind, how will you control your life? If you don't get up in the morning and tell yourself what kind of day you'll have, then someone else will decide it for you. And most of the world isn't planning your success, they're planning their own. So take back the steering wheel. Don't let life just happen to you. Command it. You want to be resilient. Then prepare for pain. I don't mean suffering for no reason. I mean accepting that progress has a price. Growth hurts. Change is uncomfortable. You'll have to outgrow some people. You'll have to outgrow some beliefs. You might even have to outgrow an old version of yourself. But if you can endure it, just endure it, you'll come out stronger, smarter, and more focused than ever. Too many people quit when it gets hard. They think adversity is a sign to stop. No, it's the universe asking you, how bad do you want it? Most people answer with silence. The resilient ones answer with action. They don't let circumstances dictate their destiny. They make decisions when it's hard. They keep going when they're tired. They stay true when no one's watching. That's real strength. One of the best lessons I ever learned was this: don't major in minor things. Don't waste your energy on things that don't move the needle. You have limited time, limited attention, limited focus. Why would you spend it on gossip, distractions, or negativity? Protect your energy like it's gold, because it is. Every moment you waste is a moment you'll never get back. And every moment you invest with purpose multiplies in return. Resilience also means learning how to talk to yourself. If the voice in your head is always tearing you down, how can you ever rise? You need to become your own coach, your own motivator. You need to say, I can handle this. I've got what it takes. I'm not finished yet. That kind of talk creates a powerful inner environment. And when the inside is right, the outside starts to follow. I've seen people with talent lose to people with grit. I've seen smart people give up, and ordinary people rise to the top. The difference wasn't skill. It was mindset. It was the ability to bounce back. The ability to keep going when the applause stops. The ability to get up when no one believes in you, not even yourself. That's what makes the difference. It's not about pretending everything's okay. It's about standing in the storm and saying, I'll get through this. It's about using pain as a lesson, not a sentence. Every failure is feedback. Every loss is a lesson. Every setback is set up for the next chapter. But only if you choose to learn. Only if you choose to keep going. That's resilience. And let me tell you, resilience isn't loud. It's quiet. It's the decision to show up one more day. To do one more representative. To write one more page. To make one more call. To believe one more time. It's the consistency that builds the strength. It's the small choices that shape your future. I've learned that the people who survive aren't the ones who scream the loudest, but the ones who whisper to themselves, keep going. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more examples. People who live the principles, not just talk about them. People who push through when it hurts. People who rise with honor, and led with heart. When I lost everything, I didn't rebuild with money. I rebuilt with mindset. I told myself, this won't break me. It'll build me. And it did. It made me better, stronger, wiser. And it gave me a gift I now give to you, the knowledge that you can do it too. You can overcome the pain. You can rebuild your confidence. You can redirect your focus. You can transform your life. But it all starts with one thing, the decision. The decision to not give up. The decision to grow. The decision to become someone you can respect. You don't need applause for that. You don't need approval. You just need courage. So build that mindset. Brick by brick. Day by day. Refuse to be broken. Refuse to be average. Refuse to let your history write your future. Your past is a lesson, not a life sentence. Your story is still being written. Pick up the pen. Write with boldness. Write with passion. And don't stop until the world knows your name. You were made for more. Not because someone said it, but because you decided it. That's the power of resilience. That's the beginning of everything. Resilience isn't built in the moments of ease. It's built in the dark hours, when no one is watching and everything inside of you says to quit. That's the real testing ground. The champions you admire, the leaders you respect, the legends who made history, they weren't created by comfort. They were forged in discomfort. In silence. In sweat. They decided to rise when it was easier to fall. They kept moving when the road disappeared. And that choice, that relentless choice to keep going, that's resilience. You see, we all want success. We all want the good life. But not everyone is willing to endure the refining fire that builds character. Not everyone is ready to let go of excuses. But if you want to live a life of meaning, you must become the kind of person who can withstand the storms. That requires mindset training, emotional conditioning, soul-level growth. You must begin by mastering your time. Time, my friend, is the currency of life. How you spend it determines everything you become. Most people waste time like it's unlimited. But the truth, every tick of the clock is your life slipping away. And resilience demands that you use time wisely. Spend it learning. Spend it building. Spend it healing. Because the stronger you get with your time, the stronger you become with your life. I've said before, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. You can't be resilient if you're undisciplined. Because when chaos comes, and it will, only those who've practiced discipline will stay standing. Discipline gives you a sense of certainty in an uncertain world. It's what keeps you on track when motivation fades. It's the daily promise to yourself that you won't surrender to laziness, fear, or distraction. And let's talk about emotions. We live in a world where people are controlled by how they feel. But resilient people, they've learned to feel their emotions, but not be ruled by them. They experience pain, but don't get paralyzed by it. They feel fear, but still take action. They feel doubt, but don't let it drive the car. That's emotional resilience. The ability to stay grounded in a storm of uncertainty. And that's something you build, daily. Another thing that builds a resilient mindset is environment. You cannot grow in toxic soil. You cannot become your best self around people who settle for less. You need to be around winners, warriors, builders, people who stretch you, inspire you, call you out, not because they don't love you, but because they believe in your potential. Surround yourself with giants, and you'll start to stand taller. I'll never forget what a mentor told me: you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That hit me hard. Because at the time, I was surrounded by people who were negative, broke, and stuck. And guess what? So was I. When I changed my circle, I changed my direction. And when I changed my direction, everything started to shift. But don't just look outward, look inward. Resilience begins with honesty. Be brutally honest with yourself. Are you making excuses? Are you hiding from your potential? Are you blaming others when you should be taking responsibility? Growth starts when excuses end. And the only way to kill excuses is to look them in the eye and say, not anymore. You must also learn to talk to yourself with belief. The world will try to define you. Don't let it. Write your own definition. Speak words that lift you, that empower you, that remind you of who you are and who you're becoming. Because the words you say to yourself in the dark determine what you'll do in the light. When you fall, and you will, don't call it failure. Call it training. Don't say, I can't. Say, I'm learning. Every champion has been knocked down more times than they've stood tall. But they kept getting up. You don't build confidence by always winning. You build confidence by surviving the losses and still believing in yourself. And here's a truth few will tell you: resilience means being misunderstood. When you chase your purpose, some people won't get it. When you set boundaries, some people will leave. When you choose growth, some people will mock you. Let them. That's their journey. Stay focused on yours. Because your destiny isn't a group project, it's personal. You have to become a guardian of your peace. Guard your thoughts. Guard your habits. Guard your energy. Not with fear, but with wisdom. A resilient mind is a focused mind. And a focused mind becomes unstoppable. Also understand this: your pain has purpose. It may not feel like it now, but one day, you look back and say, that moment shaped me. Some of the greatest breakthroughs come wrapped in heartbreak. Some of the greatest lessons come wrapped in failure. The most beautiful parts of your character will be carved by the chisels of life. Embrace it. Every time life says, no, you have the opportunity to say, yes, to growth. Every time you're knocked down, you have the chance to rise stronger. But only if you choose it. Resilience is a choice. A daily, gritty, unapologetic choice to not quit. And let me tell you something else: resilience isn't about perfection. It's not about always winning. It's about showing up. Some days, showing up is the victory. Some days, surviving is success. Don't let social media fool you. Real growth is messy. Real strength is built behind closed doors. Don't compare your real life to someone else's highlight reel. Stay on your journey. Stay in your lane. You want to build a resilient mindset? Then take full responsibility for your life. Not partial. Not conditional. Full. Own your results. Own your energy. Own your choices. That's where freedom begins. Because when you realize no one's coming to save you, you save yourself. That's power. That's freedom. That's resilience.